Hi everybody, Ahmed Al-Akbar here for the Marketing Insider video series, and today we're going to talk about the outcomes of a sales call. Now, setting goals in your sales calls works very much the same way as setting goals in anything in life, whether it's business or life or anything else. Once you know what those goals are, they are a lot easier to achieve. So we're going to talk about four scenarios that can happen. So you're in your meeting. You're in the meeting with the buyer, with the potential customer. You've investigated their issues, you've discussed the outcomes that you're going to provide, the results that you're going to provide. Now you're trying to obtain commitment from them and trying to get them to basically sign on the dotted line. So there are four different things that can happen in that scenario. The first thing is you get the order. The client says yes, it's a flat out yes. You get full agreement on what issues you're going to solve, what outcomes you're going to provide, and you sign right up there. Now, it's important to mention that in high-end complex purchases, this type of situation rarely happens in the first meeting. It usually takes, in B2B complex selling, business-to-business complex selling, this takes probably the second, third, fourth meeting sometimes. So be prepared. It doesn't happen all the time. The second thing is a flat out no. Now that can be a good thing sometimes, because knowing that you cannot help somebody means that you don't invest any more time in the prospect or in the buyer, and you move on to investing your time with somebody else. And that's forgivable. Again, if you are meeting too many people where you get a no sale, you need to probably take a step back and think about where you're generating your leads from. Are you talking to the right type of people in the first place? The third thing that can happen is a continuation. This is when a buyer says, I am happy to meet you at a future point in time where we can discuss this again and see if it's right for me. Now, this is not ideal, but it does give you an opportunity. It does give you actually a decision to make, whether you should invest more time with this buyer or not. And if it is an ideal client, what I would do in a continuation situation is make sure that you have an automated way of keeping in touch with them, whether it's an electronic newsletter or sending them some material or giving them a call in a month or a quarter's time. So the fourth and final thing that can happen in a sales meeting is the advance. Now this is when you have sat down with the prospect. They seem very interested in what you have to say, but there needs to be one or two things done to get to the order. So this could be giving them more information about your product or service, in which case you can send them more information, you can have them, you can introduce them to some of your satisfied customers or satisfied clients. You could also offer to do a demonstration of your product or service at another time. They could also want somebody else in their organization to be involved in the purchasing decision, particularly if it is a high-end, complex, larger value purchase. So in which case you would ask to see the CEO or ask to know who else needs to be involved in the purchase decision and see if you can set up a meeting with them. So there you have it, 4 outcomes of a sales call. Having these in mind, the next time you attend a call with a prospect will give you the ability to decide on what needs to be done. Thanks, I'm Ahmed Al-Akbar. See you next week.